Welcome to the Regal Eagle Report. I'm Lasya. I'm Lupleen.
And I'm Miraj, and we are your co-hosts.
We're a Team 2+9, a diverse and inclusive team located at Page High School. We are aiming for our podcast to be an outlet to interact with other teams and collaborate on varied ideas and thoughts.
We're so excited to introduce our brand new series, where we'll be interviewing one team from each and every state.
Embark on our journey as we'll be aiming to hit every state, reaching our goal of it. For this week's episode, we are going to be interviewing Team Wildcats from Louisiana.
We're just going to introduce ourselves. So I'm Miraj. I'm the draft coach for 2016.
Lasya, and I'm the project manager. I'm Lupleen, and I'm fundraising manager. And you guys.
Okay, I'm Brian Young. I'm the head coach and teacher. Sean is our team captain. Jose is our outreach. And what else, Jose?
STEM ambassador.
STEM ambassador. He's all seniors. Brandon's our lead programmer. Ben's a junior, who's probably team captain next year, who's a fabricator.
Awesome.
Okay, so we're going to start off with the question. So, how was your team founded, like the origin of your team?
It was founded in 2009, the Lunacy game, and I was teaching at a technical school, and somebody from the school came and asked me if I went to the robotic competition this weekend. I said no. They told me what it was. I did a little research, and they gave me my first sponsorship. Not a lot, but something to get started, and that's how I got founded, 2009.
Our team also joined.
2009.
2009. So, was there like a story behind your school's like your team's name or something?
Well, we're the Fighting Wildcats in football, Fighting Wildcats, and everybody's got different names, you know. Paul Sawyer, and for the robot we have a name, but we're the Wildcats, so we want to be Wildcat Robotics. At some point, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, they wanted to maybe change the name, but it's who we are. I mean, it's our school. We're the Wildcats, so that's what we go with. But they do give names to the robots just like y'all do. This year's name was what, Sean?
Quicksilver.
Quicksilver. The year before was painted burgundy, red, maroon. It was called what?
Red Lion.
Red Lion.
Cool, stay true to your name. So you guys started in 2009. Have you guys been competing like every year since that, or have you had any breaks between that?
No breaks.
So 16 straight, or this is on 16, right? Year 16?
Yeah, it's like y'all, this will be our 16th year. Hopefully be successful, huh?
Yes.
So, how many years have each of you played?
How many years?
I mean, each of us.
I've been here. I founded the team, so I've been here. Jose?
I've been here since my sophomore year, and it's going to be my senior year, so 2, and now I'm in my 3rd year.
Yeah. This will be my 4th year competing. I joined actually before I was a freshman.
This will be my 2nd year participating.
And he's a junior.
This will be my 3rd year. I joined my freshman year. I transferred schools due to Hurricane Ida my sophomore year, and my junior and senior year.
Where is your school located? Are you guys in the city or a small or big school district?
In our school district, there's only 2 high schools. The river separates both of them. It's a parish, you know, in Louisiana State parishes, St. Charles Parish, and it's not in the city. It's in the suburbs. You know, I wouldn't call it the country, but it's in the suburbs. A lot of industrial plants, chemical plants around. So we do get some funding from some of those plants. Not enough.
Is there a team both the high schools combined?
Well, say that again, Ben?
Is there a team both the high schools combined together?
No. No. They have their team, which is where I graduated from, and then Destran has their own team. The other school was 3 years ahead of us. We started 3 years behind.
So, can you guys talk a little bit about how your team has increased membership from like underclassmen?
Yeah, so I'll let some of them guys talk about that real quick if you don't mind.
So part of being captain is finding ways to include everyone in the conversation of robotics. And so something that Wildcat Robotics is extremely proud of is we have, I would say, one of the most inclusive recruitment processes. So the tryouts for the team to join is opening the front door to the shop, and that's about it. So we want everybody from everywhere, no matter what grade they are, what background, to come and join the team. And so specifically with the freshmen and sophomores, we don't put them into categories. If they say, yeah, I wanna fabricate, then they fabricate. If they want to program, then they program. If media is their jam, then they go do media. So we allow them to find their path that they want to take during their time in robotics, and we foster their growth and we aid them in learning the things that they want to learn. So that way they can contribute meaningfully to the team, because by belittling and babying the freshmen and sophomores, even some of the juniors, you take away the impact that they can have to benefit your team. So by making sure everybody has the tools to be successful, we are much more successful as a team, because we have much higher participation from people who are not typically involved in actually producing for robotics.
But just like any other team, you have the top, that many right here, that actually work and build a robot, and you have other people who do the media and STEM outreach, and they're making the YouTube videos or podcasts. So, you know, and y'all, everybody I talk to says the same thing. You have a small cluster of people who actually touch the robot, and there's people who do CADing and then programming. And there's a lot of people who just want to go do STEM visits and do this and do media and stuff like that. Ben was our media guy last year. Now, he's not going to be the media guy this year, whether he likes it or not. He's going to be on the fabrication team. So we will break the rules every once in a while.
So of course, we do emphasize that everyone's job is important. You know, like there's not a more or less important role in the team, because if there's a job to be done, it needs to get done, and that makes everything equal.
And so you guys have like your training processes, right? You have like, you work on each I know you were saying a little earlier, like for each freshman and sophomore, like they do every training, right? By their niche.
Yeah, tell them we do the electrical stuff, and we do
Yeah.
the CAD.
Yeah, so what we do whenever we get a big batch of incoming rookies, we like to give them like a cursory view of all parts of robotics. So we have a training meeting based around electrical, one about fabrication, one about programming, one about design, one about media, one about STEM outreach. So we try to show them, hey, if you're undecided, if you don't already know going into robotics what you're thinking about, we're going to show you everything that there is to do, and from there you can make a more informed opinion about it. And so then once they get there, we have leaders in the team for each field that they can get trained in. And so the leaders of that area will guide them along on their journey, and they'll pretty much, the rookies will shadow the more veteran members of the team, and then eventually they become the veterans and the cycle continues.
Yeah, I'm going to say this, so this is a little off topic. And we're really proud of this, and other teams have approached me and told me some things, and it makes you feel good. Years ago, I was heavily involved in the build. Of course, I'm getting older, but in the last, 5, 6, 7 years, I touched the robot much less every year, and for the past couple of years, didn't touch it much at all. So this team is a student-driven team. Obviously, I'm the driving force, I'm the teacher, I make the final decisions. But if you came to our shop any day of the week, at any time of the day, you will see the kids, high school kids, building the robot, touching the robot, wiring the robot, programming the robot. And we're really proud of that. And I think when there's a problem and I'm in the stands, because I've been going in the stands watching and recording the games and watching every match, twice. And if somebody said, shouldn't you be down there? But in the past, I would run down there. And I still go, but I go a lot slower now. and one of the reasons, because I'm getting old. Second reason is I have so much trust in the people that's in the pit. Lots of trust. And they all take my class. So if they hang around, they can be, if they want to be very good, they can be very good. If you just want to come and fly by the seat of your pants and not be good, we don't, like Sean said, we don't force anybody to do anything. But if you want to be good, you hang around, you're going to be good. And I let them do that. And if you look at a lot of teams, you don't see that too much.
We also like to follow that student-run mindset. We have, our mentors say, help but the students are the ones designing, building, programming, outreach. Everything is basically through the students. And yeah, it's really. I think it's the spirit of FIRST. Really, it's not. It's like you learn a lot more that way too.
Sorry, we didn't catch that question.
How many mentors does your team have, or is it just
How many members?
mentors?
Mentors? Unfortunately, not too many. We used to have a few, then it kind of, can you hear me?
Yeah.
It kind of dwindled down. The craziest thing is our best year was last year. And if I'm being honest, we had the least turnout of any mentors last year, which is crazy because you would think it would be the opposite way. I hope it kicks back up this year. People get older. My mentors are my ex-students that graduating in college. That's who they are. And you know what? I'm fine with that because I know how good they are. So that's who our mentors are. And it struggled a little bit last year, but I'm gonna tell you, because of the people who left, the 8 that graduated, 10 that graduated, and the guys I have and girls I have now, that's the reason why we can still survive without the mentors, because they have so much time to become good. And these people that are here, and plus a handful of them, want to be the very best that you can possibly be.
Yeah, like how many people are in your team, like itself? Like
How many on the team?
How many members in the team?
We had somebody want to join today. So I would say
Average about 30.
25 to 30 maybe. I mean, I can't tell you you're gonna keep 25 or 30. And they come today and they come tomorrow, and then next week they drop off the face of the earth. So I hope we have 22 for sure, for growth for next year.
That like pipeline going out. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so now coming more into like fundraising, sponsors, and things like that. What are some ways your team has gathered sponsors?
How do we get sponsors?
I'm gonna let somebody else elaborate after I say this. A lot of industrial facilities around here, and they also have to go through corporate. So we write grants. The grants come up, and you have to do all that kind of stuff. We don't do a lot of fundraising on the outside too much, but I'm gonna let Ben or Brandon talk about what we're gonna be fundraising to make a little extra money to help pay for some supplies and maybe some food, because I do like to feed the kids. They like to eat during the week. If I keep them here till 8:30, they should eat, right?
Yes.
At least 3 or 4 a week. So who wants to elaborate? Anybody wants to elaborate on what we're doing? All right, let's
Good, man.
So what we plan on doing, we have this laser cutter where we're planning on making like some cutting boards, some paddles for like seafood boils, and we were going to engrave whatever so whenever people want to buy it, they might want something engraved, so we're engraving it for them, and then it's just the fundraiser for us, as we said.
It's just something to help offset the cost of the food, because they like to eat.
I mean, because we eat as a family,
And we eat as a family, right.
On top of that, we also run several camps during holidays as well as breaks that we run in shop, where we teach young kids, young children STEM principles, engineering, with some kits that we make in house, and we run those to make money as well.
That's really good. Yeah, I like the cutting. It's like you're selling cutting boards to eat. It's like actual like you can use it, right?
Oh yeah, like actually put on your calendar.
The truth is, they look so good, you might not want to use them. No, and I'll be honest with you.
And you get engraved too.
And you get engraved. Wow, okay,
We should do that.
we could try it on the CNC.
Yeah.
CNC engraving is fun. I've done it before.
Yeah, you can do that way. The laser will leave it dark for you, so you kind of cut. You're burning it, and the leaves will mark. Whereas you have to put stain in the CNC to make it dark.
Yeah.
Food bars around here, you don't want to put stain on it because it's going to get into the seafood.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Now, we haven't made any yet and made money, but we need to do it quick.
Yeah, quick. That would sell like that. I would say.
Yeah.
I would think, right? You would just get so many back orders on that.
Did you guys make any yet?
Well,
We made one for one of our principals, our past principals.
Nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, because we have the capacity to make them. It's just it comes down to time and people that can do it.
Oh yeah.
Because it's you got all these ideas for fundraisers and it's like let's go do it. Oh, we're in the middle of build season, or it's if it's off season. Oh, but we're training people. So it really just comes down to being able to have the time to do the fundraising. Because it is important. But I guess sometimes we get it's not a bad thing, but we get really caught up with trying to make sure everyone's trained up and having a good time and feeling welcomed at robotics and knowing that they belong. We get kind of caught up in that, because I don't think it's a terrible thing. That's kind of a good problem to have. But then we kind of forget to make the cutting boards.
And I'll say this has been our worst year for grants and funding, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the companies have more teams coming in. They want to spread their money out a little bit different. I'm not sure.
Yeah. There might be like.
Have y'all noticed that? No.
Have you noticed? Because I know you've been working like the fundraising with the companies. We're getting less sponsors this year.
Yeah. It's it depends. We have our regular sponsors a lot. Yeah. Like the ones that usually fund us, but it's hard to get new ones. Yeah, we have we've had the same ones for a couple of years now. So
So some of your sponsors very nice.
You can get the shirt if you want.
Yeah, you can grab the shirt.
Oh, heck,
It's on the microwave.
they was gonna do a shirt trade after.
there's cool to have there.
Yeah.
So I'll hold it up today so you can see it.
Yeah, you guys can read them out.
Yeah.
You have to. Shell is
So some of our sponsors, Josue can read them.
So we have Shell over here, and we also have St. Charles Parish Public Schools that are sponsors. We also have Entergy and the DoD STEM of the Department of Defense, and also Chevron, and also we have the Bayer Fund, and also we have Coast Watch. Yeah, those are some of our sponsors.
So do you guys get most of your funding from your sponsors?
I would say a pretty good portion of our funding does come from but most of, if not all, is from sponsorships. Just because, they tend to be very kind towards us, and so I guess thankfully we don't have to do too much external fundraising. But due to budgetary differences this year, we might have to branch out a little and start making them cutting boards.
Yeah.
Basically, what Sean's trying to tell you is the funding has been cut for some reason. Number one. Number two, we had a great year last year. I paid for the wireframe shirts. We had a big giant celebration with all kind of foods, and I bought everybody a championship hat.
Oh, I love it.
So we spent a little money. That's the back of it.
But you got to celebrate the victory.
But if I had to do it again, I'd spend the money again. This is the cutting board that we made.
Oh my god, that's nice.
That is so sick.
We made something similar for our superintendent. We made the name tag, a name tag.
We have a name tag for them, but
that could be a name tag, not even a cutting board.
that's you're right. Yeah, no, I would not want to ruin that.
We didn't make any money yet, though.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Yeah, it'll kick off. I'm just saying, show one off, put it you can have it in the school. Oh, and you're gonna get sales like that. It's gonna step.
Yeah, then I can send y'all the file. Y'all can help me make them, huh?
Oh yeah.
Come over.
Penalty fee.
Cutting board. We can do cutting boards to feed
The cutting board club.
the cutting board collab.
Oh,
Yeah.
We do have a laser cutter in the middle school. If we get access to that, so.
Okay. So our next question is, you guys mentioned that you don't do a lot of fundraising, but other than the cutting boards, are there any newer initiatives you've had throughout the years that you've found successful?
we we've been kicking this around a lot, but I work in the summertime, so we can't do a summer camp, and then we do camps that I get paid for, and I invite my kids to go get paid for. So then, because of the money we make during the year with the grants, we take care of my students to make them personal money. But we kicking around the idea of having a 2 or 3 day camp, and charging a certain fee, and use that money to make several $1,000s in a couple of days. And that's how we really want to make the money, because you get it over and done in 2 days, 2 or 3 days.
And even more importantly, you also, I think, even more of a altruistic level, having the STEM camps gets it out to more people. It makes it more accessible, especially because I would say that quality early introductions to STEM education is few and far between, unfortunately. So I think having the camps as a method of fundraising is really, I guess, a win-win almost, because we benefit monetarily, but we also get to share the knowledge that we have as a team with the local community, which just improves everything.
Also, speaking to altruism, during the COVID pandemic, we actually 3D printed masks in order to give out in-house. So that was something that we did that we didn't actually make money off of, but kind of speaks to that bettering the community aspect that we partake in.
Absolutely.
I'm going to tell you one more thing we did that we're proud of. Before COVID hit, we were approached by Chevron and the New Orleans Pelicans to do something for the team. So we designed a custom catapult, first one that we know of built for an NBA team. And then before every game, it was demonstrated in the Chevron STEM zone. So everybody went to the Pelicans game had to pass by that and come watch it work. They had, restrictions of height, weight, length, and all that kind of stuff. We're really proud of that.
That is so. That
You
is,
too got on it too.
Thank you.
So now coming more back to the robot, how has your robot evolved over the years?
Say one more time, man.
How has your robot evolved over the years?
Well, the last 2 years, we went to Swerve. We had a good autonomous. That's our biggest evolvement as far as to get our robot to a different level. And that's next to. And then the Swerve of last year, I think our autonomous may be in the top 5% in the world. But Brandon and the other Brandon did an unbelievably outstanding job. So I think that's a big thing that we did. And not only did we do it, the programmers, which is not many of them, took care of that business, and we did really well. We used a lot of sensors and different things like that on the robot. Another thing that made it evolve is in 2015, we did just a little bit CAD. For the past 4 years, every year after that, everything's CAD. Sean's got 2 certifications in CAD. Jose doesn't know, but he's gonna get some certifications too. And so it's Ben. I'm not asking you. So everything's CAD now. So we know when the elevator extends, when it get the right X and Y positioning. So I think that with the Swerve and a lot of use of sensors and stuff. We teach electricity over here, so that's our specialty.
CAD is king. We starting our CAD this year. Like in the past, we've used it, but we didn't keep a knowledge pipeline going. So right now we're doing a lot more CAD training, and then we're focusing a lot on CAD because CAD is king. That's really what it is.
Oh yeah.
I've noticed the robot getting put together. Frank Imahara, who just passed, obviously, from Mythbusters, has a great thing on that. You can cut the cardboard out, you can start drilling holes, you can cut your wood out, your metal, you do like Swiss cheese after 5 iterations.
Yep.
Or you can learn to do CAD, he says, and have it right the first time or the second time. So he's right. And I think since all of the good teams do that, since we've done that, and then with the addition of Swerve, it's taken us quickly to a different level that we want to be at more often.
Yeah.
So we're gonna switch back to outreach for a minute. So is your school district affiliated with any FLL or FTC teams?
So we had an FTC team here. We don't do it anymore. Sean can tell you he does one in Marco, and Brandon does an FLL at Harry Hurst. So Sean, you want to elaborate this real quick?
Yeah.
Brandon?
Yeah, so I guess just in short, there's an elementary school, Norco Elementary, pretty close to Esterham. And I was approached last year by the FLL team's lead mentor. And they said, hey, Wildcats, we're looking for someone that could maybe show us how to do FLL. It was their first year ever doing anything first. They had not a lot of knowledge about how to go about FLL, how to proceed through it. So I saw their message and I said, well, I was on FLL back in middle school. I was relatively good at it, and through FRC, I'm much better than I was back in middle school. And so I responded back to their lead mentor and I said, hey, I would love to come in and mentor your team. And so actually this year I also brought along Ben with me to mentor them. And so they've had a relatively successful year and they've learned a whole lot. So glad that we could be there.
And with Harry Hurst, so a few months ago, I was passing through because my brother, he also goes to Harry Hurst. So I kind of came through that system, and it was kind of a way to give back to them. I kind of walked them through basic programming with blocks, of course, and I taught them a few abstraction tips, just how to go through the build process in general, and it was really educational for them. It was a really fun experience. It was a really tough time at times, but it was really great to see their curiosity come to life.
Oh yeah.
The championship last Saturday, which was fun to go to. This is a little thing at the other high school in our parish, but yeah.
Like more about like outreach initiatives. Do you guys have any international initiatives or local ones you guys want to talk about?
We do a bunch of STEM outreach. If we don't do international. And Jose can tell you some of the things that we do, some of the events we do. We don't tell anybody no. So Jose?
Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier on camera, we actually were part of the trunk or treat of our school, kind of, where a bunch of people from our district and like especially where we are actually came to us and they started looking at animatronics we had and like the talking skulls that I built with my friends that we kind of let them like talk and then like also tell jokes, and just having that initiative of STEM and providing that through like a Halloween event is really cool. But locally, we've been to a bunch of middle schools and elementary schools, and
Science nights.
and science nights and STEM nights that we provided some of those less scary animatronics to bring to that, and also like intake kits and also little Lego Mindstorm kits that we also have, and yeah, we just bring a bunch of different parts of like robots too, like the swerve modules, and like we show them like, hey, this is what this is on a robot, and we usually do bring a robot of that year, and everybody loved like the 2021 robot, and we always bring that. Everyone loves like catching the ball.
Okay, so I'm gonna add one thing that so in the STEM outreach we do electronics that the kids do in class, robotics, and animatronics like tentacles and animatronic eyes and stuff like that, like you said, the skulls. So we do a wide variety of different things, and we brought that to the Worlds. And Sean, tell them what happened at Worlds, Sean.
Oh, so it was before we left, my coach was like, hey, we ought to bring these animatronics to our pit and have them on display for people to come by and take a look at. He said, they are going to love it. And I said, all right, let's pack them up. Let's bring it to Worlds. And so we bring it to Worlds, and it's a little, if it was going to brag a little, I kid you not, every single person that passed was like, what's that? And so it was really fun because the pit is already a fun place to be. But it was really enjoyable because everyone wanted to ask about the animatronics that we brought, how we made them, how we would design them, how they operate. And it was really cool to see people interested in the stuff that we do in-house, because our animatronics are all conceived and made, here. Because it's just another avenue of robotics that's worth pursuing, we believe. And so, we actually won 3 Team Spirit Awards this season, as well as Team Sustainability. And the reason we believe that we were able to do so is because we go to every single science night, every single STEM night, any kind of random, any kind of community outreach event that anyone wants us to be at. And the reason that we go to so many is because people ask us to go to so many. And we love to go because, they said, we're all about getting this knowledge disseminated throughout our local community and even in a broader context, our parish and even like the state. So we are glad to always go to the stuff. It makes us really happy because you can see the moment that a person realizes that STEM is what they're passionate about. Like it's tangible, and it's really awesome that we're able to provide that for so many people. And so that we do a lot of STEM outreach, just to kind of improve what's already there.
Yeah, it's like we like to follow that same mindset. Just like I like when we see like kids' face when they see like a big robot, it's like, oh, it's so cool. It's so cool. It's just like
In the STEM night, and all the kids were coming to see the robot. One of
Yeah.
our sponsors was like a burrito place, so we let a burrito into the robot and we shot it, and then we had to like catch it, and then we had to catch it, ate it.
Yep. They like that.
yeah. So I know that you guys like in the past have won EI, if I'm not wrong, like EI.
Yes.
So what do you guys like? What did you guys focus on that year? That year, that you think allowed you to win EI?
And
Well, I can tell you, we tried for a long time to get it. We said, what do we need to do? So that's 2019 we won it. And that was one of our most decorated awards years, even over this year. We won 3 team spirits and team sustainability, but we like to get them robot awards too. So we did a lot of CAD, a lot of cutting out, on your runners with all your different patterns you see that different teams use. We painted the robot. We engraved the electronics cover with our logo, and we had lights on it, and then it performed really good. The robot won the Arkansas Regional, and it was a really pretty robot. And so it not only looked good, I'm not bragging, but it performed really good. We won a regional, and then we went to Worlds. We were playing against a very famous team, and our wheel shattered in 6 pieces, the drive wheel, so that the whole right side was dead, and we lost in the quarterfinal.
That's robotics.
But that's what it was: the CADing, the cutting out in the metal, the painting, the lights, and the engraving on the outside, and it worked. It worked very good.
Just like flashy, putting in all that work just to make it like look really nice, and also just like spreading it and all that. Yeah, that's really cool.
Time for us to win another one, though.
That's what we try for every year.
We want to win another.
So did you guys paint last year's robot? Like, did you guys do that?
So fun story about the name Quicksilver. So we realized that we did not. So when it comes to form and function, ultimately you got to get the function down first before you start making it look great. And so we're in the middle of build season, and we still have to name the robot, and we're looking at the timeline with which we have to do things. Painting and flashiness, not part of the schedule. And so I kicked up the idea, said, hey, aluminum sure looks silvery, if you look at it the right way. And I said, and it sure does dry fast, so how about Quicksilver? And fortunately, the team also likes the idea. I was hoping that they would. So we didn't paint last year's robot. Now we are looking to paint or powder coat this upcoming year's robot, just because as much as I love Quicksilver, a painted robot does look nice.
Yeah. That's one of our goals too, is to get powder coating on our main robot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're looking at maybe building one, but every year we want to build one, we push it back to the next year. Then the next year.
Yeah. Build season is just a tumbleweed.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So, you guys also went to Worlds, obviously. So, can you talk about your experience and like what was your favorite parts, if any of you went?
So I want to start with that. I had one goal last year. The goal was to get my seniors to the World Championships, because after 4 years and we're fighting with COVID, and we had a hurricane, Hurricane Ida, We were out of school for 6 months. I felt that we were primed up with the people on the team that we could maybe make a little run, and it had to be that year. So we just want to get towards any kind of way we can. Come to find out, we go to Magnolia and we go basically almost undefeated until one of our robots die in one of the final matches. Then we had to win 2 in a row. But I wanted to get my kids, I didn't care how, an award, it didn't matter, just get them to Worlds. And I've been, quite a few times to watch their face, and I'll let them elaborate. They don't know this, but I went to watch their faces. And what I thought I'd see, I saw 10 times better. So they were blown away. And when you want to go back, it's not easy to get back.
So it was so cool. You spend so much time looking at these numbers, looking at these teams, dissecting their CAD models, and looking at the robots in general on behind the bumpers, and then it's in your face. You see Jack in the Box manual override switch. The switch that was so mind blowing to me. I got to talk to their people in person, people from around the world, people from France, Turkey, Germany, and it was just so enlightening to be able to see that. Not just that, but also the companies that came, Disney, we got to see their animatronics that we model our stuff off of, that we take ideas off of, that we got to receive all this inspiration and then just bottle it and take it back home.
Super. Worlds was honestly one of the best things I've ever been to. It was so cool. It was my first year in any FRC thing too. So I got to see so many teams from all around the world. Seeing the big teams that I've heard so much about from my seniors, the juniors. Just seeing everybody was the coolest thing that I've done.
One of our seniors cried several times. Well, several of them cried several times. Anything quick say about the Worlds?
Yeah, I definitely disagree because, it's like that. You spend so much time hearing about Cheesy Poofs and in Orbits and Jack in the Box and Citrus Circuits and OP Robotics and Robonauts and then suddenly you walk up and there's their pick. Like you're looking at their robot and you walk in the whole world is like 8 football fields long. It just keeps on going. There's so much just robotic. Like it is the robotics event. Like that is the thing every single team aspires to go to to partake in, at least go to, at least just see it, especially to partake in World and be in a division. So actually getting to do that after all the hard work you put in, even just going to Worlds felt like its own reward. Anything after that was just extra,
Yeah.
So luckily, my grandparents actually came to Houston to come see us play, and I remember I was walking them up and the little stairs to go up to the stands, and they're just mind blown. And because I'm focused on scouting, it made me also look like what they're looking at. It just made me in their mindset. And we all just shared the same reaction, And then we stared to our left because we're in the Newton division, which is all the way to the right side. We look all the way left. It's so much people. It was just so long, all the way to Archimedes, and it was just Brandon said, surreal. The amount of people and the multiple countries, everyone from all over the world was there, and it was just very surreal. And yeah, it was just one of the great moments to share with my grandparents as well.
That's so sweet. The world is definitely great.
Sweet guy.
That's my first ambassador.
That's the ambassador for a reason.
Okay, so more on a personal level, what sparked robotics for you personally? And we can go one by one.
Say that again, ma'am?
What sparked robotics for you personally?
Oh, I can tell you where it all started for me. Animatronics and robotics is real similar, right? So when I took my kids to Disney years ago, that was it. I was done. I was blown away with animatronics. And then when I was at ITT, the technical school, and they wanted me to join it, I had absolutely no idea what I was going to get into. And once I saw it, we could either quit because it was so hard, and then after about 3 or 4 weeks, when you recuperate, you say, we can't quit. I'm going to go back next year. And like a bunch of fools, we kill ourselves during the build season, and then we come back and do it again. It's crazy. But I will say this: this is the most difficult and most important thing, first robotics, that I've ever been associated with in my lifetime. And I have an electrical engineering background, so this is the toughest thing I've ever done, and the most rewarding thing I've ever done. So, and I get the chance to share with the kids that believe in what I believe in. It's kind of special, and I won't miss it when I quit, when I retire.
So each of you want us to share your own experiences.
So I can start. So it kind of evolved in middle school where I was very into competition math and just reading like science articles, just like reading reams and reams of research. And so when I got to robotics and I found like this logic component that could put into solving a problem for a given year, it kind of just clicked for me. And so I kind of ran with that, and just immersing myself in the world of robotics was very fruitful for me. It really served to determine my career orientation too, because I'm kind of taking robotics and made that what I want to do in life.
Before Sean says it, Jose and Ben, most of my students that leave this school are going for electrical and mechanical engineering, and then like computer engineering, computer programming and stuff. Sean might not say this, but Sean been wanting to join robotics since he's been in 6th grade. His mom teaches at the school. I heard about him every week. Sean?
Yeah, I would definitely say that the first time I realized exactly this is precisely what I want to go about with was the 2017 Bayou Regional. Now I will say maybe why I'm biased towards Steamworks as my favorite game, but I remember just walking in and having absolutely no clue. I remember my mom and my dad were just like, hey, let's just go to this thing. And I was like, okay, I have to go with you. So I go there, and I just see the millions, it felt like, of the fuel cells just soaring through the air. The airships are flying. I said, what is this? And so I got super involved. And luckily, because my mom taught there, she knew the students on the robotics team, and so they brought me back into the pit. So I got to see the pit in about like 6th, 7th grade, I think. Even 4th, and I was just so amazed by robots because I grew up with Transformers, and so seeing real life robots was absolutely fascinating. And so ever since that day, I always wanted to do this. Like, this has been my dream since forever. So I'm glad I got to. Well, I still get another season, but I'm glad I got to do it.
2017 was the year that made me fall in love with robotics. Like I saw same side as you. It was about the same age. Power cells flying, gears going. It was
crazy.
It's crazy.
Yep. Ben, real quick.
When I was in elementary school, I took summer Mr. Young's camps, and I really enjoyed them. But as I continued going through, I kind of like went off the track. It was in 7th grade. I met Sean, and he told me so much about Deshmer Robotics. And I didn't join my freshman year when I first came, and I regret it every day. This is so cool, and I'm like, after the first meet on second semester, when I saw the game review, I realized this is what I really want to do, and it made me change what I really want to do for a career path as well.
Jose?
Yeah, so I live in like one of the farthest areas in our parish. Fortunately, I wish I couldn't go to a bunch of camps. I couldn't meet Mr. Young earlier, but eventually I made it in high school, and it was my sophomore year, and I took this class. It was like a basic electricity class, and this teacher, Mr. Young, he started saying these like speeches and like inspiring us, showing us videos, and he just showed like a life and like an opportunity, and I just took it. And from like the day I met him, like immediately I joined the team, and it was just, I don't regret it. And because and I'm honored to be the STEM ambassador, because I get to give the opportunity to kids that I didn't unfortunately get, and I just love spreading that to other people, and I hope they get to grow up and realize that they have STEM around them and that they can have a future with this. And it's just I'm very grateful for the robotics.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of teams would say this, but we are truly it's like a family away from the main family.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure y'all feel the same way about y'all team. We bite, kick, fuss, but we eat together and we go to competition, we cheer for each other. So it's a family. It really is. And a lot of kids keep in touch with me once you graduate. Keep in touch.
Okay, so those are all the questions, and now we can open the floor to you guys, and you guys can ask us any questions you have for us and our team.
Okay, so I want to thank you for inviting us to do the podcast.
Okay, so hope you guys
And, it would be really nice. We're gonna go look at your YouTube channel. We did that already. We'll try to watch more. We hope you can come watch our YouTube channel. What is it?
Yeah,
What
of
is
course.
It's just Wildcat Robotics, FRC 3039.
We got so you can see some of the things that we're talking about, and maybe in the future we can do a cell phone type thing, a little FaceTime, so we can see your shop and show us some things that you want to show us, and then we can work with more stuff that we do. Unfortunately, we live too far apart. You know, maybe if I'm in New York one day with my wife, we can go visit y'all. You never know. But so it's 16 years. But you have a question, Jose? My STEM ambassador has a question.
Hey.
It's a really fun question. So, what are y'all's favorite part of like? You heard what we said. I just want to hear more.
So I'd say my favorite part is my favorite part is the competition. I love the atmosphere, the pressure, the collaboration with the people who have never met in your life or people that you're friends with, so you met them online. I just love that aspect of it's kind of like you're constantly working, you're constantly stressed, but you're having fun, and you just see your rank go up, down, your strategy worked, your strategy didn't work. It's that the whole thing coming together as a company. That's my favorite part.
For me, it's
I'm going to make you meet in the middle.
For me, it's more like interacting with other teams. I love having people engaging with them, and especially getting back to the community and do outreach and stuff. I think I love doing different things to get up the connection locally. And then I love talking about things like do this podcast. It's really interesting to see how different other teams are thinking about us. Yeah, I'd say my favorite part is also networking with other teams. I went to Worlds my freshman year and my sophomore year, and my favorite part was going around with my friends to the FTC teams and the FRC teams, going around in the teams talking to everyone. I remember my freshman year we went up to the FTC teams, and me and a couple of other friends became best friends with one of the teams, and it was so much fun meeting new people and other people from other countries as well, and how their team, how they format the team and how they work. And also just I love being part of a robotics team because it's a family. We're all family, and our team bonding experiences are great, and we're all best friends. So that just makes it even better.
Yeah.
Very similar to us. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So what's some of y'all fundraising tips you could give us?
We do a lot of fundraisers. So a big part of it is outreach. So yeah, so we have an event called
It's week 0 for New York. Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Regal Eagle Rampage. So we make a whole entire field out of wood, and we build it in our gymnasium, and we invite teams all over our community, all over Long Island, to come and participate in competition matches. And it's not competitive. It's just practice matches, so they can get familiar with the field before they go off to the regional competitions.
So this is before the season's actually kickoffs. After kickoff, before actual competition, you do this?
Oh, before actual competition fundraising, one main thing we do is moving. Oh, I'm sorry. It's moving night, which is basically where we invite elementary schoolers and middle schoolers, and we play last year we played Spider-Man. This year we played Spider-Man.
There's another Spider-Man.
Another Spider-Man. Yeah. So basically we made money by selling snacks, getting the movie tickets #1, and yeah, those are big things. We spread throughout the whole community, so any age group. Another big thing we do is car washes. So over the summer, we basically break our fundraising up into beginning of the year, summer, end of the year, and then build season. So in the beginning of the year, we do our movie night. In June-ish, we do a badminton tournament, and over the summer, we do a car wash. So those are like the three big fundraising events that we have. And then like this year for the car wash, what we did was the money we raised, I think we kept some of it.
Yeah, so car wash. The way we did it was this year we wanted to kind of give back to like low underfunded robotics teams. So we created a mini grant for teams to apply for, and we gave them basically the way it worked is we took the money that we made from the car wash and about $800 of that we put towards like funding like other teams' needs. So they said like, oh, we need this motor, like FTC, FLL, FRC, any level of first. And they were like, oh, we need this motor in order for us to like we need this motor from you guys. So we would just buy the motor and ship it to them. Basically, we use that fund to ship for them. So that's kind of like something we do with car wash money. So we like to combine our fundraising and outreach events a lot.
Yeah, a lot of we do like 50, so we pick like a charity to donate half of our money to, like 25%, and then a portion of it we keep for our team.
Wow, that is incredible.
Yeah, do y'all meet every day?
Every other day. So we have Monday, Wednesday, Friday for like off season. We kind of just ramp it up now because we're gearing up for build season. Build season, it's every day and Saturdays.
That's what we do too.
Yep.
But how late do y'all stay at night? Just out of curiosity, average.
When we work on the robot, we're working deep. We have 2 days where we try to meet until 8, and then the other days we try to and then we meet until 5. But Saturdays we start at 9 a.m. and end at 5 p.m.
Similar to what we do.
Yeah.
Also the ride.
So we're gonna FaceTime in the future, right? Shop to shop, project to project.
Yeah, we're gonna show each other's development. Yes, and
Actually,
oh, sorry.
so how much does researching into what other teams are doing during, like after kickoff, how much does that go into affecting your build design?
So
You watch those YouTube videos.
yeah, so like the robot, we use a lot of the robot in 3 days, the F5, and another thing that we like. So we are pretty active on Chief Delphi. We have a few members that are like really active. So we're looking at Open Alliance. With you guys are like familiar with that. The Alliance have great designs on there. So like one of our intakes was actually based off of the Open Alliance intake by 6328, and we do like and what we like to do is we like to look at like past year's games a lot, because a lot of like Robonauts, for example, they released their CAD from like 2008 to like 2019, and a lot of the mechanisms can be recycled. So we try to like use as many resources as we can, since we don't have as much technical knowledge like ourselves.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's all part of the process. We do so much research.
Oh yeah.
Well, I appreciate it again that you invited us to your podcast. I really, really do.
Oh yeah, immensely.
And good luck to y'all. And we'll try to stay in touch, okay?
Yes, we'll try. We'll definitely try to get that shirt. We're gonna try to exchange shirts.
Okay.
Touch through email.
Yes,
Yeah,
of course. Okay, so thank you guys so much for coming on, and we hope you enjoyed. And good luck for build season.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
too.
Have a great day.
Have a good one.